Hi, this is Christelle Martinette with another weekly reading for the week starting the 10th of August. These weekly zodiac signs, I'll be continuing them. And this week, I will be using a deck called, it's the golden edition of the Egarov deck. It's a Russian tarot designed by Alexander Egarov. And why I like it is because of the philosophy behind his design and his conception, the way he conceived this deck. Because he feels that the laws of human evolution and the obstacles that hinder you from going along your path, from you progressing along your path. One, he feels that the obstacles are inside ourselves. And the second postulate or let's say precept is that you need to accept responsibility for things that you do and for things that happen around you. And the third is that you need to have faith and trust the universe. Now, I'll be doing, first, as I similarly do, I'll be doing the 5-card spread, and then using my Vera, Sibilla and the Neapolitans to illuminate them. Thank you so much for your likes, shares, and your subscriptions. And here we go. For you, my Capricorn friends, the week starting August 10th is quite interesting, quite, we would say in Italian, impegnativo. Quite not mind-boggling, but you're going to have to apply yourself. There are things to deal with. Now, the first card out in the 5-card spread is the Queen of Pentacles, and this is you, all of you out there. The Queen of Cups, right next to her, the 9 of Coins, the Knight of Wands, and the Justice card. Capricorn friends, there is movement. Okay, there is movement this week. You've been suffering economically. Many of you have been suffering quite a lot economically, and that is where your Achilles heel is, because if there's anyone in the zodiac, it is the Capricorn people who are driven by their activity, by their work, and they have their feet on the ground planted. That is their main objective, is to make a success, a material success. Now, this week is telling me that compared to the weeks previous to this one, to August 10th, you'll be feeling gain here. You'll be feeling like you're earning more. There will be more money coming your way. But there's also the other story here that surrounds this work. The work storyline is that you've been separated. I see. Okay, you've been separated here from someone. It is very likely, and if it's not being planned, you should plan it to see that person again. You should take a hand in making the plans. The last card, Judgment, mirroring you, is telling me that it's time to tip the scales the other way and give our love life, our emotional life, a bit more attention. And you can bear to risk that this week, making the plans you yourself, instead of waiting for that other person, that other significant person for you, to come forward and say, let's see each other. Let's see what the Vera, Sibilla add to this. I'm going to first take up the Queen of Cups to see if we can. I'm going to do the Queen of Cups first, yes, and then the Knight of Wands in that order. Oh, I always say if you had this in a hand of poker, you'd lose. Just take your money off the table, okay? This is your past about love life, those weeks that have passed. We have tears, we have the militaries keeping secrets, and this widow here. I don't know how much I have to talk about this. You could see it yourself. Up till now, it's not been satisfying to you. The situation has had very few moments of importance to you, whereas you would have hoped that the entire story would have been important. For some reason, you're going through a period now that is not putting you on the bottom of the barrel looking up, but you're starting to almost scrape that barrel within this relationship, within this Knight of Wands that I was talking about, that relationship. Let me see the Neapolitan cards, if they can give me some more information for the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, the saddened Queen of Cups. Well, I get the answer that. All right, this is the Seven of Pentacles. This is the highest number of the pips in this card, in this deck. The Page of Swords and the Five of Swords. Now, these two mirroring each other, telling me that it's the communication that is not lacking, but probably you're miscommunicating, you're not understanding each other, you're both really not making that much effort to communicate. And this Seven of Pentacles tells me it's likened to the Nine of Pentacles, okay? So they are very similar, where the emphasis always for you will continue to remain on the economic side to your life and your activity. And there may be many reasons for that. You may be having trouble, and that's why it's burdening your mind, and that's why it's taking its toll on your ideas, your thoughts all day. That's probably the case. Let's take a look at this Knight of Wands and what it has to tell us. All right, now I asked and I said you should be the one to suggest seeing each other, but now the conversation. All right, if it's impossible for you to see each other for whatever reason, we have the conversation, we have the thief, and we have the literato in the library sitting and thinking. If it is difficult for you to see each other, you need to make at least an effort to improve, to change that type of conversation. Put in some spice, everything nice, make it more interesting, first of all for yourself and then to him. Let's spice it up a bit. Let's talk business in our relationship rather than in my business, okay? This is something that the cards are suggesting to you. But it's going to take a lot of time thinking about how you should do that and how you can do that and which is the best strategy to use to do that. Let me see the Neapolitans. Another Knight of Wands. Another Knight of Wands. As if you had the two Nine of Coins, 9 and 7 of Coins, similar. The two Knight of Wands. All right, this is a really strong message here. Now, what it's telling me is that probably you'll not be, both of you will not be able to get out of thinking about your jobs and your livelihood and your money-making system. I'm going to call it a system. What these cards are suggesting is that you should try to make that the topic of your discussions. More in detail, with more creativity, try to talk, both of you, how you could probably in future change what you're doing now to make it more productive, more ideas. things that you may be able to do together in future. This could spicen up, believe it or not, the conversation and make it, have you come out and tip the scales in your favor again with the Justice card. I'm going to take a picture postcard and see if it could crown our reading in some way and give us some more information, Capricorn. Okay, the destruction of the Danish fleet before Copenhagen by Christopher Willem Eckersberg. This is near Copenhagen. The fleet, the Danish fleet, is on fire. You can see I'm having bad lighting. Okay, let me get this out of the way. No, okay. This is a destruction. Okay, there's fires. There are fire and flames. There's water underneath. The water can extinguish the flames. This is telling you to be very careful about how you pitch the conversation between you and that other person in order for it to go the right way. Too much water will burn out the fire. Okay, and so let's try to spicing it up in a different way. What about thinking of turning the ship around and going back to Copenhagen on dry land, your territory, Capricorn, where you have your feet planted firmly on the ground, where you can talk about economic value. This is just, for me, it's a reinforcement of talking about your livelihoods and your money-making strategies and how it could be changed. This will spicen up the relationship, at least on a dialogical level, if you cannot see yourself. Capricorn friends, thank you so much for subscribing and your likes, your shares, and your subscriptions again. And I'm repeating myself, and my fan page likes. Until we read again, Capricorn. Bye-bye.